and Dave today. Great to be with you on Main Street on a Monday afternoon. Dave, I made good on my promise to not wear real clothes all weekend. Do you remember that? I said,
Yes.
I said I'm putting sweatpants on as soon as work is over, and I'm not putting real clothes on again until Monday morning. There was a lot of flannel, a lot of sweatpants in my world on the weekend. Ta-da! And I wasn't even overly embarrassed when I had to go out in public like that. I don't think I was alone, though. A lot of people hunkered down, that's for sure. It's been pretty cold.
It has indeed. Right now, after that weekend of some seriously cold weather, I can't help but think of how many frozen toes I've had over the years at outdoor rinks.
Yep.
You know, it's such a Saskatchewan thing to do. Minus 30 wind chills, woolly socks, maybe a helmet, a good snowsuit, and a pair of skates. That's all you need for some winter fun. Minus 30 doesn't stop us.
No, of course not.
In fact, this temperature drop is pretty helpful in making those outdoor rinks.
Jeff Cleasy is a hockey dad and an outdoor rink building master, and he joins us now out of Saskatoon. Jeff, thanks for being with us.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for talking with me.
Yeah, so you have quite the outdoor rink. Can you describe for our listeners what it's like?
Well, I guess this is in our second year of being the size that we are. We are at about a 90 by 40 in dimension. Let's see, we've got, I guess, in one corner where the rink would happen to be the deepest just because of the contour of the land. I guess the ice would be in the neighborhood of 2 feet deep. Up in our highest corner, we are probably, I could say the shallowest or whatnot is about 4 inches deep.
I never pictured a rink as having a shallow end and a deep end to be, but it makes sense to me, Jeff. You know, it's kind of the lay of the land, right?
Well, the water is going to find level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we set up form boards and a liner to be level, and then everything below that, it just happens to be that.
So, Jeff, are you out in the middle of kind of nowhere and nobody else is going to be bothered by this? Are you in a neighborhood? And if so, how do the neighbors react to this?
We are in Saskatoon, right in the city limits. We're on the edge of town in the Willow Grove neighborhood. I happen to have a pie-shaped, good-sized lot. It fills up a good part of the backyard. But as far as neighbors, you know what? I got a lot of neighbors that actually come and enjoy it with us. I got guys that'll come on over and help me out, scrape and flood. You know, it's become a bit of a neighborhood thing, not only so much just for my family, but for a lot of the other families in the neighborhood as well.
Yeah, how much time of yours does this eat up? Because that's quite the outdoor rink you have on the go.
It's funny because when it gets this big, I can leave water sprinklers and stuff going for a period of time in between things. So as I am on my way back from a client meeting here right now, I can tell you that the water's been running today since about 7:30 in the morning. And in this particular case, my father has moved the sprinkler around for me a couple of times in the meantime.
Why do this? Why do you like doing this?
You know what? It kind of started out. I was always a big hockey guy growing up, and I now have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old boy. A couple of boys. My wife, she's also very into hockey. We all play. And you know what? Thank goodness that they share some of the same passions that we do as they're growing up. And so it kind of took off from there. And, you know, I started out with a little, rink in a bag thing, and it grew to a 60 by 28. Now we're at a 90 by 40. And I really don't think I'm going to get any bigger than that.
I think it's good now.
You have to buy the lot next door if you want to expand from the sounds of it, Jeff. Jeff Cleasy.
They're for 3-on-3 games right now, and it's enough room. So I don't think we're going to go any bigger than that.
Jeff Cleasy is with us, a hockey dad and an outdoor rink building master. He joins us on Main Street on 980 CJME, 650 CKOM, and he has quite the rink in his backyard, 90 feet by 40 feet, and good for 3-on-3 pickup games. So do you have, like a bench or a penalty box or lights, or how far have you gone with this thing?
You know what? It's become a bit of an animal every year, and you can just ask my wife where I push it to every single year. This year we're going to be putting up both the 40-foot end boards are going to be done in real puckboard with the yellow gold on the bottom, and 4 feet of chain link up on the top. We will be increasing our lighting this year to 6 big halogen lights. I ran with 4 last year, and we need to increase that. I've got some donated mining conveyor belt that comes right out of our heated garage where we have benches for the boys to change, and they can right with their skates all the way out, right out onto the rink, and then go to town right until we decide to turn the lights off, I guess.
You have no idea the smile that brings to my face. My goodness, that is quite the swank outdoor rink.
Well, that's exactly why I do it. It's all the smiles.
You know, Jeff, some guys have model train sets, maybe collect Star Wars action figures. It's a little unique, isn't it?
You know what? I sometimes wonder if I'm a little bit crazy, but you know what? When we do what we do, we have a family and friends get together. We do on the 26th every year, and when you have 80 or 100 people come through your home, and it's a potluck, and we watch some World Junior Hockey in the garage, and we've got everybody about every half hour or so changing it up. We've got games going out in the rink, and I tell you, it's one thing to see one or two smiles, but when you see 60 or 80 smiles go through your house in one day, all around something that's, you couldn't find anything more Canadian than playing hockey. It's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Jeff, where'd you learn to skate? Were you outdoor rink guy or indoor rink guy, or?
You know what? I played hockey right from a get-go when I was a little guy, and back in those days, I'm a 40-something-year-old, and a lot of our practices happened to be on outdoor rinks back then. And then, eventually we played the majority of our hockey careers indoors. But yeah, that'd be about it.
Did your kids learn to skate on the rink that you made?
My oldest boy, the very first time he stepped on ice, happened to be on a rink in a bag, small little 20 by 20 rink at our old home. Yeah, that was the first time he stepped on ice.
That's got to be special. That's got to be special for you.
Oh, you know what? You look at the pictures; it's awesome. Great memories. I don't think the 7 and 10-year-old boys are really going to. They don't appreciate it nearly as much just due to their age. But sometime, they're going to look at that and say, "Look what my dad did for me."
Hey, I got to tell you, that's exactly what happens. My dad built a little rink out in the back of our little acreage in Ottawa, and he was out there flooding it with the garden hose. And that's the first time I was on skates. It's the first time my kid brother was on skates. And I look back and I see the old films of this. It's something I never, ever going to forget, and it's something I treasure so much about my father and what he did for us. It's a very special thing you're doing, Jeff.
I appreciate that very much.
Thank you so much for chatting with us, Jeff. You enjoy that rink.
You bet. Thank you guys very much for the talk today.
Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff Cleese, a hockey dad, an outdoor rink building extraordinaire. What a rink that is. 90 by 40 feet. You've got a whole bunch of just beautiful additions that he's put on around it. You've got the big conveyor belt thing, the black padding that they can walk on. It's crazy. It's just wild. So getting people's stories for our question of the day today, we're asking you, what are your favorite memories, the best memories you've had on outdoor rinks? On the text line 306 from Lucas in Regina. I was at the outdoor rink with my neighbor. We were shooting the puck around and happened to find a golf ball. He shot it around the boards. They came off funny and it smoked me right in the head. I had a goose egg for a week. Oh, yeah. Some of
those are just, and there's something about being outdoors, whether it's in, a rink that your city or your community's put together, whether it's something in a backyard somewhere. It's kind of like the way it's supposed to be, at least that's the way that it always feels. So we are looking for your stories, your outdoor skating stories. Was it an outdoor rink? Was it a dugout? Was it a mountain lake somewhere?
The guy that lives across the street from my sister in Saskatoon was featured on a Kellogg's commercial because he won this contest for the upkeeping the rink across the street in the park.
Oh.
And so they show, the sun is rising and he's out there. Well, of course, in the wintertime, it doesn't rise that early. It's a great story, but he's totally full of it. Lots of good stories on the way.
Coming up, we bring you the story of why heading to the pumps is more painful these days. Gas shooting up over the weekend. That's on 980 CJME and 650 CKOM.